As far as we already know about mathematics, so this is not difficult for us to understand what is arithmetic operator. For example, I mean the plus sign, minus sign, multiplication with the asterisk you have on the keyboard, division with the slash, and with the percentage sign we call it remainder or modulus. So there are 5 arithmetic operators which we use in C++ or any programming language. I mean these arithmetic operators we usually use. So you can use these operators somewhere when you are dealing with any mathematical expression or a mathematical formula which you are going to use. So you can use these operators according to your problem. Okay. So I'm giving you one example for as a case that how we can use, and we can see that those examples, those operators. I'm giving you one simple example. You can exercise with further examples which you have in your textbooks or in online or whatever. You can get those examples. You can exercise them accordingly. So let me remove this all side, and then we will write that. I will start from the main function. So we are going to write a program for the exercise of for testing of the arithmetic operators. Okay, I will write in the comment as well. So I would start from the main function. So you can have a notes with you accordingly. So I'm going to write with comments that we are testing arithmetic operators by using 2 variables which I'm going to write as int m and n. There are 2 variables which I'm going to use. Okay. So first of all, I would request from after the compilation that what will be the first number I will assign to the variable m and then n. So I will print first variable for first variable. Let me use the keyboard, this one. Okay, so enter the value of m, Cin, I will store it in m. The same thing I will write for the n, and I will store it in n. Yes, Naveed Rafi, you are going to tell us something.
सर int mn की जगह साथ सर वो सेमीकोलन का साइन नहीं डालेंगे सर?
Yes, this is true. Okay, so now I am going to test some of the arithmetic operators. I mean we can test all of them. So I gonna use addition for these 2 variables which I have given. on on the request of the computer. So that will be m plus n, and I will use the and l. Oops. Okay. And then I will repeat it once again. So I'm just copying and pasting to avoid the, there are a number of things which we can avoid. Will be end of. So in second operation, what I have done is the subtraction I have used, then multiplication. Oops. Then division. Okay. So here we will multiply as well. And here we will use the division, and there will be a remainder there. Okay. As far as concerned to the remainder, so you must understand that that will be the value which will be remained after the division. Okay. For example, if you are dividing let me remove this drawing. Oops. Okay, something is wrong with this. I don't know how to avoid it, but okay. So if I am going to divide, for example, 3 with 2, so what will be the remainder? So that will be 1. So this value which is remained, we call it remainder. Okay, so that you will get at the end. Okay, so this is what you will have exercise for arithmetic operators. So what you will get actually, whenever you will compile it, so in the first line here, because you have defined two integers m and n, so m will be asked, so you will give the value of m, and then you will give the value of n, and accordingly, in next operation, where you are adding those values, so here this expression will be used. So the value of m and n will be then called, and they will be added, and then it will be printed the answer. Okay, so and next it will be then subtracted here, and then it will be multiplied, divided, and remainder. So all the operation will happen accordingly, one by one. So this is the spirit of this arithmetic operator. So there are a lot of examples, a lot of exercises which you can have using this using arithmetic operators, and you will have actually exercises next classes. So you will use many times these operators. Okay, so this is it, and in addition to the arithmetic operators, there is another important thing which we should study today, and that is, I will clear all the drawing. And that is increment operators. So these are increment and decrement operators. So just for the simplicity, increment is regarded as two plus signs together we will use, and we can call it increment operator, and two minus signs together we will use for the decrement operators. What does it mean? And there are two, I mean, two different parts of this increment and decrement operators. First of all, let us understand what is the philosophy. If I want to automatically, I want an increment to any number. For example, we have defined one variable which is m, for example, and I have assigned somewhere its value which is 3. So instead of defining an incremented value of m, for example, what will be the one increment in m? So that will be, after this, the increment will be 4. Okay. So this is not necessary to define once again m is equal to 4. I will just make one operation and it will automatically increase one number to this m. So it will become 4. Okay. So I will give you an example and then you will understand. Before I will give you example, I must also let you know that there are two types of these operators. One is called pre, and the other one is called post. And this is true for both operators. I mean increment and decrement. Increment means you will increase one number. Decrement means you will decrease one number. Okay. So that can be pre-increment, post-increment, and pre-decrement or post-decrement. What is the difference? So be careful. I mean, while using this terminology, while understanding these terminologies and then using in the program, this is very important. So remember that, I mean, you can write if you want, that the pre-variant, which we call pre-increment or pre-decrement. So both, it is the pre-variant performs the operation on the object before the resulting value is used. Okay, before we will use that resulting value, that operation will be performed. So what is the operation? That is, it will make the increment. Okay. For example, in the first example which I have shown you earlier, that this is m is equal to 3. So when I will use pre-increment, so this will be that means that it will make an increment before the result will be used. Okay, somewhere if you will use m, it will use that incremented value. For the post increment, on the other hand, that the post version will perform the operation after the object's current value will be used. Okay, so this means in pre-case, the operation will be performed on the object which is m. Actually, the resulting value is used before the resulting value is used, and in post, after the value is used. Okay, so these are two different things which we can use in C++ for the increment and decrement operators. I will give you one example to understand this. I'm using the increment operator. You can do the same thing for decrement operator as well. So I will use both of them. This means pre-increment operator and then post-increment operator. So you will better understand by using that example. So let me write that program. Again, I will start from the main function. So I'm commenting here that we will use this program will show difference between m plus plus and plus plus m. So now remember that this m plus plus is a post increment. Okay, so post increment after the value will be changed. So the plus plus m on the other hand is pre-increment, which I define that it will used before the resulting value will be used. So this operation will happen before we will use it. So somewhere in the text I mean further if I will use m, so incremented value will be then used. So instead of 3, 4 will be used then. Okay, so
सर जी बिफोर और आफ्टर का मतलब ये होगा कि हम प्रोग्राम रन करने से पहले का कह रहे हैं और बाद का?
नहीं, रन करने के बाद नहीं, बिफोर आई विल यूज दैट वेरिएबल समवेयर इन द टेक्स्ट बिलो, कि मैंने फर्दर अगर ये वेरिएबल यूज किया है m, तो वो इंक्रीमेंटेड वैल्यू जो है वो पोस्ट और प्री की जो है वो डिफरेंट होगी. I will give you one example now, and then you will understand. You will better understand.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so the something is asking that sir, increment operator can be valid for constants or always valid for the variables. We are using here variables, so this is not a thing of validity. We are using all the time increment or decrement operators with the variables which is useful. Okay, with constant, what you will do with the constant, because the value will not be then vary. So you will use them for variables, and that will be fruitful in our examples or in our exercises. Okay, so next, let us use that value. For example, okay. So let me use the pre increment first. So let me define one integer, and for example m and n, I am defining two integers, and I am assigning a value to m. For example, 44, as I have in the example, and then let us then use that pre-increment. Okay, so pre-increment will be, I will save it in m. So I said that, okay, because I'm using pre-increment, so I will use this sign, and I can comment it here for your understanding that this is pre-increment. Okay. Okay, now I will print it. See out. I will print m, value of m, and then I want to see what remained in the n. N is equal and L. And now I will assign once again a value of m, which will be 44 once again, and then you will see the difference. And I am going to use now post increment, which I will save it in n. So m plus plus will be the post increment, is equal m plus plus, which I am going to write here, that is post increment. Okay, so that I am going to print it. m, and that's what I will have in n.
सर फर्स्ट वाले में सी आउट वाली वैल्यू में एन के साथ आगे एन की वैल्यू नहीं आएगी?
बिल्कुल आएगी. Yes, here. Okay. You don't have to forget this because we are printing also the value of n. We want to check that which value is going to change when. Okay, let us, I mean, you can compile it yourself, but what is happening actually, this is important to understand. So now in first line, I mean, what we have done is to define the variables and we have set the data type. So this is integer type data for the m and n. Second, we have assigned the value of m to 44 to m. Okay, now I want to use a pre-increment. So n is equal to plus plus m will be pre-increment, and then I have called it. So the value of m will be m. So what will be printed? That will be printed m. I mean, this is output vector which you will see. So that will be m is equal to 45 because we have incremented it before using it. Okay. So what will be the n? That will be also 44 because we have started that value. We have stored that value in this variable n. So m has also been changed, I mean, to 1. So 44 plus 1, we have done this in this command. So for m will be 44 and that 45 and 45 will be stored then in n. So both value will be 45. Now what is happening in this next statement, for where we have again defined the value of the variable m. So that is 44 once again. Now what will be the value of m? Will be 45 once again. Okay. So because that has been incremented, but what will be the n value of n? That is actually will give you a difference, a major difference. That will remain 44. Okay. So when you will compile it, you will see these results. So now you should understand that if we use pre-increment and we will use it in further in the text, so that value you will call for that variable will be changed. Otherwise, I mean, in post increment, it will be incremented later. So the value of m, for sure it has been changed because 1 has been incremented to 44. So m's value will be 45, but that m's value will be that value will not be stored as an incremented value in m. The value of n will be that value which you have used it. But now if you will further use it in some program after I mean later below, so that increment value can be shown there. So this will be the result. If you have any question, you can ask the question. Okay.
सर ये हम खुद से भी तो कर सकते थे, 44 की जगह 45 लिख लेते.
Yes, you can do it. I mean, this is the lazy man's command that, okay, you will use again and again the value of m. But sometimes when you will study the loop further, I mean, if you will go further in C++ advancement, so you need it actually, because if for example there is a need to change these values 100 times. Okay, I mean, if you have put value of m is equal to n m is equal to 1, for example, and you want to increment 100 times. So what you will do then? You will change that value 100 times. No, I mean, we will use that increment operator, which will make this automatically. First, the value of m will be 1, then it will increment it 1 to that value, it will become 2, and then 3, and then 4, and up to 100, or 1000, or 1 million, whatever. So that automated system, whenever we will have repeated functions, repeated values used in the program, so this is convenient to use the increment and decrement operator, because you don't want to change all the time. I mean, every time 100 times. How it is possible? I mean, you will spend a lot of time for this, for nothing. Okay, so let me do another thing very fast, because time has passed. There is a composite assignment operator. Composite assignment operator. So let me tell you which operators we call composite assignment operators. Remember that this equal sign is called assignment operator. Okay, this individual, wherever we will use it, this equal sign, this is assignment operator. And if I will combine this assignment operator with the arithmetic operators, plus, minus, multiplication sign, and so on, if I will combine them, it is called composite assignment operator. So this means, for example, n plus is equal something. If I will assign some value to this, so this n is equal to n plus 9. Okay, this expression is just equal to n is equal to n plus 9. So what is the benefit of it? It is just another form of increment and decrement operator. What you are doing in increment and decrement operator, you are just increasing or decreasing only one number. Here you can increase up to your wishes. So it will be stored in the same variable. For example, I have incremented it 9 times. So, or 12 times, or multiply with it, and there is a versatility for this as composite assignment operator. So this expression is just equal to this one, and usually for short we write it like this: n plus is equal to 9 is just equal to n is equal to n plus 9. So that's what we use. I will give you a little example. You can do it yourself as well. I will start it, and then you will make, you will see all the, you will exercise all the composite assignment operators. So I will start again from the main function. Okay, and I am defining an integer, and I am assigning one value to it, which is 22 in this case, and I'm printing it n is equal and I'm using composite assignment operator as sorry, let us use first addition. 9, for example, I have used the 9, so C out for my remembrance. I am once again, revising it, n plus is equal 9. This is just I'm writing to remember that what I have done. So n's value will become and you can now expand it to the multiplication and division and so on. Okay, I'm not writing that because the time is short. So you can enhance it, use them instead of addition. In the expression, you can use multiplication there, or subtraction there, or division and remainder, and use all the steps and print them again and again. Here you can write normally what is the comment, what you are doing. Okay, so in next expression you can say that after n minus is equal to 9, I have get the value of n. So n's value will be changed according to the arithmetic operator. So this is, in combination, this is quite different than the increment and decrement operator, but it is just another version and extended version, you can say that, because you can increment or decrement, not only increment and decrement, but also you can use multiplication, division, and so on options there. Okay, next is I will give you one option for the class, that whether you will have for the Friday class, whether you will have 2 classes together from 3 to 5, or you can have class on Saturday from 3 to 4. So decide it and let me know for the physics of nanotechnologies. So next day we will have at the same time we will get together. If you have any question, let me know.